Realized I made a mistake.
Retired Judge Frank Barbaro wants to right a wrong. He says he unfairly convicted a white man of murder in 1999 because he saw the man as a bigot.
Did you believe at the time that Donald Kagan was a racist?
Oh, yeah. That's what I believed.
Kagan, now 40, was accused of intentionally killing Wavell Wint, a 23-year-old young black father, in 1998. In lieu of a jury trial, Kagan chose to have his case heard in New York Supreme Court before Justice Frank Barbaro, who would be both judge and jury.
So he decided he'd get a fair shake with me.
It was here, at this Cineplex in Brooklyn. Evidence presented in court showed that Kagan came to the movies with an unlicensed loaded gun. Wint, the victim, came with his friends to the very same show, and according to testimony, had been drinking. After the show let out, the two crossed paths and got into a fight. Words were exchanged, and then at one point, Kagan pulled out his gun. Wint's friends tried to pull Wint away. They couldn't. Witnesses heard Kagan say, "You don't want any of this." Wint didn't back away. The two men began to struggle for the gun, and then 2 shots. The 2 bullets struck Wint in the chest and abdomen. Barbaro rejected Kagan's claim of self-defense and found him guilty of murder and criminal possession of a weapon.
I couldn't get out of my mind the look on the lawyer's face when I said I found him guilty. And the defendant on the stand, like he was pleading to me, he was saying, "Look, it just happened, it just happened."
Kagan was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. But as Barbaro kept presiding over a full docket of cases, this one haunted him.
This struck me because it was connected to the question of race.
He began to question his verdict.
This was a very well-reasoned opinion.
Yes, based on the testimony that came in, with the lens of my background. In other words, Kagan was a racist, but I was wrong. He was fearful.
Judge Barbaro picked up the phone to call the convicted murderer's attorney.
I was uncomfortable about doing it, but I knew I had to do it. From his reaction, I think he was shocked because there was silence on the phone.
Did you ever think once, though, during that time as you were coming to this point, that, oh, I'll let it be. I won't say anything. Did you?
No. No. I see it as doing the right thing.
We're supposed to take this decision, take the testimony at the trial, throw it out the window.
This was not an easy decision for Justice Barbaro to make.
The defense filed a motion to overturn the verdict, and a ruling is expected from a new judge. For a judge to argue he was wrong is almost unheard of. Barbaro himself came to testify in December and faced the man he sent to prison.
I tried to go over to him after the hearing. I get chills when I think about it. And he looked at me, but he was so angry.
And after all those years, the family of victim Wavell Wint, who had a 4-year-old son when he was killed, came back to the courtroom, outraged that Kagan's conviction could be reversed.
It's not fair. My son grew up without a father. He pulled out the gun and murdered that man.
What I did to Kagan was a travesty. I didn't do a travesty to the kids. And justice is a very strange person. Justice calls it like they see it.